With a bank so close to failure, with society on the verge of seemingly civil war, with sedition out of Congress. Wow, where does it end? I mean, we got potential war on several fronts. I think it's time you need to think about the supply chain. And if you have any questions like I do, you're going to get storable food. Hey, I'm Dave Hodges. This is the Common Sense Show. We're at Show Freeing America One Enslaved Mind at a Time. And in this segment, we're going to talk about Representative Luna and how she claims she knows for a fact that ETs are real. I have a twist on that, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, with all the upheaval we have going on, you got Three Eye Atlas and what that could bring panic. I don't know where it's going to go. You need storable food. And I have my storable food. It's from My Patriot Supply, 25-year shelf life, great sales right now. I mean, tremendous sales. Lots of variety in the food. It tastes great. You can live on it. It's high in calories. You go, whoa, wait a minute, wait a minute. You're eating to survive when you get to your storable food. So you want high caloric content. What do? All you got to do is go to preparewithdave.com. That's preparewithdave.com. Well, let's go right to Luna in this abbreviated report. And this is very revealing. By the way, I consider her to be highly credible. I admire the work she's done, her forthrightness, her truthfulness. And I think this is very, very telling. So we're going to hear what she has to say, but she has to cut it off because she says, I can't say any more without violating national security. Okay, here she is.
Saw some interesting stuff. And so what I'll tell you is that footage, the fact that it was dead drop to Burleson, I'm certain that there's more of where that comes from. And we are going to push for the declassification of stuff that we've seen because I think the American people deserve to see it. But I think, you're never going to have the U.S. government admit or try to explain something if it's also somewhat not specifically pertaining to national defense. So if it's not tech that we've made not involving a foreign government, I think that you're going to see a direct statement from that. What's interesting, and I kind of went into this with Joe Rogan, is when we were talking to some of the witnesses, they don't call them extraterrestrial. They call them interdimensional. There's also this aspect of these things defying physics as we know it. And then you look into texts that were removed from the Bible, like the Book of Enoch, that actually specifically address technologies, if you will, that were given to mankind or of entities not of human origin, non-human intelligence. So these are all things to consider when addressing the topic. But based on what I've seen, not speculating, based on the evidence that I've seen, there's something out there. And based on what I'm saying is it's not. I think that it's along the lines of that video that you just saw.
Have they shown you? Okay, so
I have to be careful because I could get in trouble if I divulge what I've been shown in a skiff. So what I can tell you is I'm just telling you as me not specifically addressing skiff stuff that they're real. And I'm not the only one. You just saw the Secretary of State in a documentary addressing the same thing. I know it's a mind loop, right? But like Pinellas County, where I specifically represent, there's actually a high number of these reported sightings. But it's not just there. A lot of the members on the task force or that gavel into this, first of all, it's bipartisan and bicameral. Like we've had pretty much.
Yeah, it's interesting that she can say that her area has been the site of many sightings. I was introduced and we got to have dinner with Vance Davis, former NSA, introduced me to Frances Barwood, former Phoenix City Councilwoman. And all she did back in 1997 at a city council meeting, she goes, I think we need to talk about what 100,000 people in the media covered in March of 1997 with all these lights flying over Phoenix in formation. I saw them too, by the way. I was outside my driveway this time. We lived in Glendale, Arizona, 4 miles from the freeway where they were at. And I'm shooting baskets. All of a sudden, they got real quiet. And I looked up and I just tracked them. I go, this is bizarre. So I immediately called Vance. He goes, yeah, you saw it. And he told me what we saw. So Francis was vilified. The governor of Arizona actually dressed up in an alien suit to mock her. Probably was told to do it. And she was vilified in the press as a nutcase. I can tell you, spending time with her, she's funny, she's intelligent, she's articulate, she's very friendly, and she is not crazy. And it's funny because she said less than what you just heard from a congressional representative on a major show. Shows you how far it's come. Now, do I think these are interdimensional beings? Well, it depends how you want to define interdimensional. I think they're demonic. I think it's part of the Great Deception. I think it's what we talk about in Matthew, Ephesians, and Revelation. I think it's part of the Great Deception. That's my take on it. But it is interesting how she has the wherewithal to tell what she can say. And she's right. She can't reveal what she saw in a skiff, that she could go to prison for that. But there's something there, folks, and we should be paying attention because the Great Deception could launch us into a time of horror, a 7-year tribulation, if you will. I'm Dave Hodges. This is the Common Sense Show.